we had like the pandemic gaming, bro. You know the Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
gaming during COVID? That we don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it, man. Yeah.
Let's
Dude,
put a picture of the meme like right here. It's
Yeah.
like,
When I showed my
funny,
girlfriend
man.
that meme, Fern was like, she just like looked at the screen and started blinking. Like
It's difficult to
dude,
understand.
it's
It's
man.
difficult to understand, but it's a. Would you agree with me if I say this? It's melancholic and it's a little painful to think about because you know you cannot go back to that moment
Yeah.
again.
Hello!
Tachahau!
And apa khabar semua? We're back with another episode of the Epic Arcade Podcast where we, your video game best friends, I'm Kelvin Tay,
And I'm Afiq.
is here to kind of have a very chill session with you. As usual, we don't know what we will be talking about. I don't know which camera to look at. Is it this one or that one?
Both probably like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the editor's problem.
Yeah, which is you.
Yeah. So, on this episode, I actually had an idea, Fig. It's
Cool.
the end of the year, and in December, we're going to be a bit busy as well.
Yeah.
So, I just want to take a little trip down memory lane. Just talk about the games that we've played at the entirety of 2023, because this year itself, there are so many great games that was released, but because, you know, we're business people.
Yeah.
We're busy. We
And
don't
I'm a
have
dad.
time, right? There are a few games that we played that truly changed how we see video games. It's more quality versus quantity at the age that we're at now. Just FYI, I'm 31 this year, and this guy's like 19.
I have an idea. What if, right? Because we've had a couple of episodes where we spoke about games that we've played in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had an extensive episode for Baldur's Gate. We have an extensive episode on Starfield. What if we pick a time period
Of extensive games that we did not play.
and games that have stood the test of time for us,
Okay.
and maybe like in the last 5 years, this one game is the best game that you've played. So your best game of the last 5 years.
Oh, okay. So the segment of the episode would be, first segment would be games that we really enjoyed playing this year, and
Yeah.
the second segment would be like a game that actually withstood the test of time.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a couple of games that I can bring up.
Yeah.
Right?
I have one specifically
like Hello Kitty
that
Online.
I always go back to. It's the Mickey Mouse cooking thing. I'm just kidding.
That's a throwback to a very very
Yeah,
good episode.
that was back when I told you about it, right?
Yeah.
That was like when I was a kid, and my cousins and I had we had a pretty close childhood. We were almost always together, and they lived closer to us as well back then. And then I would visit their house, and they're all girls, by the way.
Yeah, this is
So-
when Afiq used to play with Hello Kitty dolls.
Yeah, sure.
No, not Hello Kitty. Barbie
Barbie
dolls.
dolls.
Barbie dolls.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that.
Barbie dolls play.
And then I would use one of their PCs, and then they would have like this Mickey Mouse game.
Mickey
Where-
Mouse Friend House.
I don't remember. I think you're thinking about Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or something.
That's a show, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a sub brand, but yeah, you cook. You can make pancakes. You can make French toast, and like there would be ingredients scattered around the kitchen. You would have to look for them. Sometimes they're behind a toaster. Sometimes they're
Is it called My Disney Kitchen with Mickey and Minnie?
probably. I don't remember what it's called, but if you play a video of it, I might be able to verify. That is the one. That is the one. Yeah,
Yeah, it's called-
that's it. It's got a back door.
Hey. Oh no. Yeah, it's called
Yeah, that's the
My
one.
Disney Kitchen with Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah, that's the one.
Dude, this guy has the whole kitchen
Wow.
pimped out in like Mickey and Minnie.
Wow. He's a fan. He's a proper fan.
Yeah, he is a proper fan. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was good times, man. Good times. Didn't stand the test of time, but
it's still a good time.
it was
right?
a good experience.
Core memories unlocked.
Core memories. Yeah, I remember that forever.
Right. So that's what we'll be talking about on the first segment itself. We will. I love how we just came up with the whole episode idea just like that.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
That's how we roll, man.
Right.
We don't talk about the episode before we get into the studio. We just jump in and be like, hey, tomorrow you want to have a recording? Yeah, sure.
That is such a bad example.
Nobody
of,
asks.
That is such a bad
What are we
example
going to talk
of, like,
about?
how to start a podcast, right?
No, but it might be the greatest way to start a podcast because
say-
the problem with people who want to start podcasts is they think too much.
Yeah.
What equipment needs to be in the studio, what they want to talk about. But I think what we've just experienced is just freaking taking action and just start. It doesn't matter if you don't know what you're going to talk about.
Okay. It's a very good and bad example. It's a bad example because honestly telling you, for someone who creates content for clients and other podcasters, this is a terrible way to start a podcast. But it's unique to our situation because number one, we have been doing this for almost 100 episodes now. Number two, we are actually friends in real life.
Yeah. Well, to each their own, I guess. I mean,
I'm going home, man. You know what?
Oh man.
Yeah, like we are actually friends in real life, and we do game on our free time, and you know we interact a lot. So the chemistry we have is very unique in a sense. We slept together too. So
No, we didn't.
Sure. So yeah, terrible way to start a podcast, but if you know you have a unique chemistry and friendship like this, it's amazing. Anyways,
but if you are thinking too much, you want to start a podcast and you're thinking too much, this is a reminder to just start because you never know what you're capable of.
All right. Up next on this episode of Podcast Sessions Malaysia, we will be telling you how to run a podcast. No, actually, just kidding. Happy Arcade, we'll be back after this break. So, there are a couple of games. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, this light is gonna flicker. This light flickers too because we can't really afford new lights.
Yeah.
We have a very nice Ulanzi light here, thanks to Kush.
Yeah, you guys can help us afford new lights.
Yeah.
If you leave
can you
reviews.
Can you just lean there a bit? Okay, I'm gonna lean here. Okay, like this box here will be where our Touch and Go QR code would be.
Yeah.
So if you can leave a tip,
yeah, you can leave it there.
Right.
You can leave it there. But also, you can leave reviews.
Yeah.
On Spotify, I think.
Spotify. You
can you leave reviews on Apple
of,
Podcasts?
You can leave reviews on Apple Podcasts. So the best way to actually support us is besides watching this, which we highly appreciate, and we do this every week. Not because we don't have a purpose, because we enjoy each other's company to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And we enjoy talking about games.
Yeah,
right?
we do. So you can leave reviews.
Yeah, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and on Podchaser as well. And now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just leave a like and comment. That would really help us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know that.
Comment, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Hit the notification bell so you know every time we upload something new. And then just watch it. Just have fun. Leave it in the background. Whatever you want. However you listen to your podcasts.
Agree.
It will help us rank better.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can then give you better content. And then we can also build this to become something that's it's meaningful not just to us but to other people who are listening.
100% agree. So first segment of the game. First segment of the show.
First segment of the game.
First segment of the show. What are your favorite games that you've played this year? Because I do have two games that I really want to highlight. One is an indie game. One is a AAA game.
Yeah. Well, I have three, but I'm only going to say two. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there's one game that I play every year, and it's my favorite every year, and it's the EAFC game. This light's off, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
It's what used to be called FIFA, but now it's EAFC, and it comes out every year, and I play it every year since I've been playing it every year since 2010. Since 2009. FIFA 2009 has had me as a customer.
12 years, dude.
Yeah, man. Like 09, actually 08.
That's 13 years, dude.
05, I started playing it sporadically.
Okay.
FIFA 2005.
Okay. Wait, how old were you in 05?
I was born 1994.
So you were what, 11 years old?
Am I? Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's how math works.
Yeah. I mean, what do I know?
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
that's a long time
FIFA
coming,
2005 is when I started playing football games sporadically, and then at that point in time, there was no clear um, winner. There was still strong competition between Winning 11 is what it used to be called. Now it's Pro Evolution Soccer, PES. Winning 11 and FIFA. Those were the two like main titles for football games. And then I was always like leaning towards FIFA, but sometimes I would dabble in Winning 11. Even when they shifted to Pro Evolution Soccer, I kind of tried it a little bit, but I always stuck with FIFA. And then in '08, FIFA 2008 is when I really got into like every year I would get into the new FIFA, and up until now.
My question for you is, would you consider this your best game or like your favorite game of this year, or would it be the game that actually withstood the test of time? Because you can't really say it withstood the test of time because it's like I wouldn't even call it a new game. It's like a yearly DLC,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
It's like an annual paid DLC where they upgrade from like let's just say 05 to 06 and all the way now to like EAFC.
Yeah.
Is there a year behind it?
24.
EAFC 24, right?
I would say the FIFA series and now the EAFC series is an honorable mention because you're right. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not categorically accurate to say that it withstands the test of time because there's a new title every year that has the same name but a different year. So it renews itself. But my definition of something withstanding the test of time is it's the same thing, but you still go back to it year after year after year after year. And I have one in my head, which is my top. Here's a hint. It's a title that does renew.
Okay.
But at some point, it stuck to one model, and then that's what it is now. And that's my number one that I somehow
I think I know. If I were to take a guess, it has a 5 behind it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah. But it doesn't technically have a 5. The one that withstands the test of time doesn't have the 5 behind the title.
Agreed. Yeah,
but it's the game that I always go back to when there's literally nothing else to play. That's my safety net.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we all know what kind of game he's talking about, but we're gonna save it for later.
Yeah.
Is there like one game that you really enjoyed this year so far? It's like what, November
this year,
now.
eh?
Yeah, I mean, like as of this recording, we're recording this on the
November 2nd.
Friday of November 3rd.
Is it 3rd?
3rd, yeah, 3rd. Fuck. I mean, I have my Steam account here.
Man. Yeah, I do too, actually. Yeah, it's good. I'll check that. Hold on.
A few moments later.
So I know what is my best AAA game of this year.
Yeah. What is it?
And we had a whole episode about it. It's about
Baldur's Gate. Yeah.
As of now, I have 186.1 hours play.
Wow.
I got 35 out of 53 achievement, and I would say Baldur's Gate. To be very honest with you, this year there wasn't any big AAA titles that I was really, really hyped about. And to be very honest with you, Baldur's Gate was one of those games where I buy because of peer pressure. I saw the reviews. The reviews was coming out, and everyone was saying like how amazing it is. Sam Shen and Jeff was playing it as well, and they were like, "Oh wow, it's such a good game."
So you weren't super excited at the point of purchasing the game?
Mainly because I know that it's from Larian Studios, and I know that they are well known for turn-based RPG games.
Right.
And again, I told you during that Baldur's Gate episode where I am never a fan of turn-based because it's so fucking
neither was
slow.
Jeff.
Yeah, it's such a slow game. But dude, 186 hours in, and I can say comfortably that if I do have the free time some more, I would actually sit down and go through the entire playthrough
again,
all over again with the new characters.
Would you make different decisions?
I would go to what they call the Dark Urges.
Yeah.
The Dark Urges is basically a bad playthrough, and that's how I would play the game again, just to have a different taste of the same game. Yeah,
that's fair.
Baldur's Gate, hands down, one of the best storytelling. It's super immersive. I am a Baldurian convert.
Right.
If Larian Studio comes out with another game with let's just say the same mechanics and the same playstyle,
you'd be excited for it?
I would be excited for it, yes.
Cool.
Right.
So Baldur's Gate is your number one game of 2023.
Yes, hands down.
When did we play Elden Ring? Was that last year?
Elden Ring was last year, yes.
Yeah, so that's disqualified. Man, it's a toughie for me, man. But I guess the only real answer I have is probably Starfield.
Oh.
Because other than that, oh, you know what? It's between Starfield and Path of Exile.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, Path of Exile
I
was
was
this year,
I was
right?
into it, man. Like
Yeah,
Path of
you
Exile.
were.
Yeah, I
You
was like
were.
into it. I was just like gunning through maps.
Yeah, I
it was like
remember.
map after map after
Yeah,
map.
it was like you were on that whole PoE hype train, and then you went to the Diablo hype train, and then you
Yeah.
went back to PoE
Yeah,
again.
but the thing is, like, PoE didn't really have a hype train in 2023, right? Because it's a game that's been
because-
around for like 12 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it was just like I was intrigued by the ARPG scene, and then PoE happened to be the first ARPG I've ever played. Although I've heard I know the Diablo franchise. It's of course it's a AAA.
Yeah,
Everybody knows the Diablo franchise.
It's one of Blizzard's best games out there.
Yeah, and it's one of the most well-known games
Agreed.
in the entire world. But PoE, I stumbled upon when I was right when I had nothing to play. I was like bored because I think I just came out of I tried playing Cyberpunk again, and then I got to that point of no return. I didn't want to continue. And then there was news of a DLC which we now know as Phantom Liberty. So I didn't want to touch Cyberpunk until that came out. And then I went searching for a game to play, and then I remember a good friend Shern was playing Path of Exile, and a couple of probably like early last year or late the year before, I did try Path of Exile, but at that point I didn't understand the ARPG thing.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really fun for me because there was so many things to learn. And to be fair, PoE has such a big learning curve in terms of like builds, because there's just so many builds. But the right way to do it is to look for a build guide and actually and not try to do it yourself, because when you try to do it yourself, you don't understand how different things like interact with each other, right? But yeah, PoE, Path of Exile, probably up there, but I don't know whether it's Path of Exile or Starfield, because I had a really, really fun time with Starfield, and I don't remember having that. Okay, you know what? I've decided it's gonna be Starfield. You know why? I'll tell you why.
It's like he went on such a huge tangent. And like, you know what? You know what?
It's Starfield.
Starfield.
You know why? I'll tell you why. Path of Exile scratched an itch because you could build something so meta and just destroy everything in your path, and that's the point of Path of Exile, right? You just create something that's gonna one-shot everything, which is completely different than Diablo. But Starfield had such a captivating story that it compelled me to stick around and actually explore the lore, number one.
Yeah.
Explore the actual emotional connection that my companions have with me as a character. And it made me play it as if I was watching a movie.
Right, okay.
So that entire experience trumps the journey into the game that I had with Path of Exile, and that's why Starfield is probably my best game of 2023, because they've managed to do all that.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad you brought that up, which is why I would again highly suggest you to actually give BG3 a try.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned in Starfield, it makes you feel like you're watching a film.
Yeah.
Right. For BG3, how I played it was like I was reading. I was playing a game, but it felt like I was reading a very, very interactive fantasy storybook.
Like an interactive novel.
Yeah, it's one of the best interactive. I mean, video games you can consider as a interactive graphic novel to a certain extent, right? Depending on what kind of games that you're playing.
Yeah, not Warzone.
I mean,
Modern Warfare, yes, but Warzone, no.
Modern Warfare, yes, because every game that we jump into was a unique story.
Yeah, that's right.
How the circle ended, the people we killed, how we die, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I completely agree with that. But Baldur's Gate 3, by the end of the year, if if work is like, let's just say, slowing down a bit, you have a bit of more chill time, I would say really invest into Baldur's Gate 3, because it's a very nice school holiday video game to play. not like we have school holidays anymore.
Yeah,
right?
that's I'm like,
But
how am I gonna equate to school holidays
Yeah,
at this point
but
in my life?
it's definitely give it a try if you are really into heavy storytelling narrative.
Hmm.
It's very, very immersive.
Interesting.
I would say.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think at the Baldur's Gate, in the Baldur's Gate episode that we had, I was kind of sold already, right?
Yeah.
Like all the experiences that you enjoy.
Just so you know, it's a turn-based game. Yeah, man, it's a turn. I completely forgot it's a turn-based
Yeah.
game, right?
I forgot like 3 times. I forgot it was actually turn based because the way that the information is presented to you, you forget that it's turn based.
Yeah.
And I think even when you're playing it, you forget that it's turn based
Mm.
until you're prompted to do something.
To actually make a turn.
Yeah.
Right? Or complete a turn.
Yeah.
The other game that I really enjoyed playing is going through my Steam library. There was another game that I truly, truly enjoyed. It's called Age of Wondery. It's that
Which one is this?
It's the civilization type game that I was hooked on for a while. I mean, according to my Steam library, I have
Wait,
about
is that the
50
16-bit one?
No, it's not the 16-bit one. It's the
Age of Wondery.
Age of Wondery. I don't know why
You
I
were-
can't open it.
You were
here.
playing it around the time I was playing Path of Exile, right?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, isn't it
yes,
16-bit?
yes. No, it's not. It's not. So there are a couple of games that I really want to highlight, but let's just open this Age of Wonders 4, sorry.
Yeah, let me see it.
Age of Wonders 4. It was this game that I was hooked on for a while. This one. So it's a turn-based civilization style game. It's a
Oh.
it's a
Oh yeah, it wasn't 16-bit, was it? Yeah. The 16-bit one was the other one.
Yeah, so Age of Wondery was one of the games that if I do have more free time and I don't know what else to play, I'll probably
play
jump.
Age of Wonders?
I'll probably jump back
Yeah.
into it because
Yeah.
you're allowed to create your own fantasy fantasy race, from like rats all the way to like a high elf, and then your job is to explore, conquer, kill, and pillage. You fight really good AIs, or if you have friends, you can just team up and fight AIs together. It's one of those games where again, immersion is key.
Yeah.
And like Civilization, it's a turn-based game. So every turn, you can move your characters around for like a certain amount of moves.
Yeah.
And then you can upgrade your city, you can upgrade your military. It was designed so beautifully where it makes you feel like you're attached to your character. So whenever one of your heroes die, you'll be like, oh fuck, sakit hati.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I win this next turn, because if they die, it's either if you play hard mode, it's a permadeath. They won't come back again. But if you play easy mode, like when I was playing it, they would come back in like 10 turns, for example. But in that 10 turns, you can get killed as well. Like your whole village can be conquered as well. Yeah. So
I have a question for you. So these games that you would go back to, I'll label them as like cozy games because it's something that you have a weekend to let's say you have a Saturday evening to yourself. You don't have to cook because like you cook, right?
yeah.
And you're talking about like 3 to 5 p.m. There's downtime. You went out for lunch. You got home. Everybody's chilling before you cook. Age of Wonders is something you put on.
Age of Wonders, like Baldur's Gate 3. When you sit down, it's a 10-hour commitment.
Right.
Because you can't finish. It's not a chapter by chapter, right?
Right.
The game ends when you kill the final boss or you kill the final enemy.
Right.
You can save along the way, but if you really want to get immersed and like go full on head on into the game, dude, it's at least a 10 hours commitment. Games that when I'm cooking, which is a game that I will mention later on as like a honorary mention, is Marvel Snap.
Yeah.
Marvel Snap is that like, okay, I'm gonna cook.
Yeah.
But I still have like 15-20 minutes or like half an hour.
Yeah.
I can play a couple of games of Marvel Snap just to finish my dailies.
Yeah.
Which are fairly quite easy dailies. It's like discard 20 cards, draw 50 cards, destroy 8 cards, win 1 location with 1 card. It's pretty easy, 3-4 games in, you complete 80-90% of your dailies already, right? So Marvel Snap is a game that I'll talk about later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You know what game I'm truly excited about?
What?
The finals, man.
Oh yeah, you and Sharon are like.
So
You guys are excited.
the beta is back, and
I think it's
it will
called the
be-
open beta.
Yeah, the open beta. It will be back until the 5th of November.
Oh, it's
and
in 2 more days.
Yeah, in 2 more days. They're quite generous with this playtest because it's a week long.
How long was it the last time?
2 days, 3 days. if
When
I'm
we
not
played
mistaken.
it?
Yeah,
That was 3
2,
days.
3 days if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit.
So they're actually quite generous this time around, and I can see myself being invested in the finals. Oh yeah, so here's a fun fact. I downloaded the game early this week, and I was playing with Shin. My first game I went in to play with Shin, and like it's a 3v3v3. First game, we got champion already, bro.
Nice.
It's like so easy, man.
Maybe it's all those experience in Apex.
Maybe.
Speaking of Apex.
I downloaded Apex.
Yeah, me too.
And in one day I uninstalled it.
Seriously? You didn't even give me a chance to like play with you?
I gave myself a chance to play, and then I was like,
Was that after the new season came out? That was before the new new season.
Before the new season.
Yeah, you probably gotta re-download it for the new season, man. Like
Sure.
I haven't played it since I don't know, earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're not playing with the right people. Probably. Who are you playing with?
Myself.
Yeah, see, you gotta get me and Sharon or like me
Okay,
and
fine,
Jeff or
fair enough,
somebody.
fair enough,
Like
fair enough.
Sharon's been playing Apex.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've seen.
So like
But-
me, you, and Sharon together, you're gonna have fun. You're not gonna uninstall it.
Shin's probably gonna be very busy
Oh, yeah,
until
that's
he
right.
get married.
That's right, that's
because
right.
like for a couple of nights now, I was like, "Do you want to play some games, man?" And he's like, "Oh, bro, busy."
Yeah, bro. Well,
Planning
the
your
guy,
wedding.
yeah, man, the guy's
I
getting
mean,
married, bro.
he's getting
Like,
married, so
yeah.
so there's like no
Yeah.
better
I don't
excuse
blame him.
to
Yeah, I don't
no
blame
better
him.
excuse to not game.
If he's on a video game right now, I'd be like,
Yeah.
"The fuck are you doing,
Yeah,
man?
dude. Yeah, dude.
What are you doing, man?" But anyways, I know one other guy who can join us, and his buddy is not here. His buddy's in Japan, so
Who?
Abe. Abe usually play with Alip. But
He's in
Alip's
Japan?
in Japan. No, Alip's
Oh,
in Japan.
Alip's in
Alip's
Japan.
Japan. His flight was yesterday, so
Oh,
he's
shit.
and he's playing FIFA now,
Mm-hmm.
but he jumps on Apex also from time to time. So like
Alright.
the three of us can play. Although
I mean, yeah, fine. I'll give it a try. I would really give Apex a try again with the right squad. But just from my experience from the couple of games that I played, all the magic that I had from like the 1,000 hours I have on Apex, both
Yeah.
combined on Steam and Origins,
Yeah.
lost already.
yeah, but maybe because you were playing alone.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like yeah, we had like the pandemic gaming, bro. You know the Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
gaming during COVID? That we don't talk about it. Let's put
when
a
I-
picture of the
when
meme
I-
like right here. It's
yeah.
like-
When I showed my
Funny,
girlfriend
man.
that meme, Fern was like, she just like looked at the screen and started blinking. Like
it's
like-
difficult to understand.
It's
It's
man.
difficult to understand, but it's a. Would you agree with me if I say this? It's melancholic and it's a little painful to think about because you know you cannot go back
Yeah.
to that moment
Yeah.
again.
Dude, just for 2 years, for almost 2 years.
Yeah, every night,
No, not every night, dude. Every
hour
fucking
of the
hour.
day,
Every
there's a
hour.
long list of names in a channel.
Yeah, dude.
All you needed to do was jump on and go like, hey,
Hey.
who's playing what?
Yeah, or
And then there's like assortment of things that's
Yeah,
thrown
dude.
at you. You decide.
and then we had like
Apex,
movie streaming
FIFA.
night, and then we were
Bro,
like
that was, like,
co-working
yeah,
together all
yeah.
online, and then everyone just talking shit.
Pandemic
every,
gaming, man.
every hour, every minute, you had like your closest bros,
Yeah, man.
and I felt like we got closer there as well.
yeah, we did. I got
Yeah.
my PC then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you also lost your internet.
Yeah. Fucking stupid, man. I had to game with a dongle.
Yeah, dude, I remember that, man. It's
Yeah.
like, guys, my internet died at home.
Yeah. We got closer then too.
Yeah.
And then it was during that period I became a guest for the first time on Epic Arcade when it was you and Jeff.
Yeah.
And then after that you were like, Afiq, I really need you on the show. The show can't go on without you. You said that, right? Yeah. You were like, I need you as a host. Your energy.
I mean, I have to go back.
spectacular.
I have to go back and
No.
and
You
find
said
it
that.
again.
You know,
Nah,
you said
man.
that. You said
Nah,
that.
man.
You said
I
that.
mean,
I remember. I remember
have,
vividly.
I have
You
the
were so
memory-
desperate, dude.
I
Like,
have
I
the
remember
memory
it.
of a
No.
goldfish, So perhaps I did.
I have good memory.
Perhaps
You
I
can't
don't.
remember names. But I remember everything.
I can't even remember names.
Yeah. I remember things like an elephant.
How terrible of me.
Yeah.
So there's 2 more games that I want to highlight. 2 more indie games that I played this year that I really, really enjoyed. Number 1 is The Dredge. It's a very short
have I heard
indie
that?
game. The
Judge Dredge.
No, not
Yeah,
Judge
yeah.
Dredge.
No,
The
that's Judge
Dredge was
Dredd.
this like you play as a solo ship captain in this really
Okay. Yeah.
isometric 3D game.
Wait,
And
this is a
then-
game you played, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
game I
remember
played.
that one. I remember
It
that
was one of my favorite games because it came out of left field and everyone was talking about it. I was like, oh shit, it actually looks quite cute. You play as this fisherman. I mean, you basically play as a boat. You don't play
Yeah.
you don't play as the ship captain, right? So you play as a boat and you go around fishing and you sell and then you get money, and then the story gets darker and darker into like this
Yeah.
very mythical. What's that Cthulhu word?
Cthulhu word.
Yeah.
What
Oh
Cthulhu word?
shit! Cthulhu is from.
It's Marvel?
God damn it! Do you not know what
What's-
Cthulhu is?
You're talking about CTHULU?
Lovecraftian was the word I was
Oh,
looking for.
Lovecraftian. Yeah.
it's- Then the story became very Lovecraftian, where there's like super creepy giant sea monsters,
Yeah.
and then you find out later on that the captain is kind of fucked in the head as well, and then it gets worse and worse. But then the story is quite short. I checked Steam and I had like 11 hours on the game.
But so you finished it in 11 hours?
Finished it in
Oh, it's one of those
11
games.
hours.
Yeah.
It was for I bought it for like what 30, 40 ringgit. And I'll say it's
not bad.
value for money. It's definitely one of the games that is value
That's
for
a
money.
vape.
Yeah. It's like a 10-hour vape.
Yeah, it's
Right.
10-hour vape.
And that's such a terrible comparison to like how we compare money now. No. That's not good.
You know, this year is my most experimental year by far.
In a sense, like what?
Because this year I truly felt I had nothing to play earlier in the year.
Okay.
So I tried a lot. I tried a lot of stuff. I even tried Naraka Blade Point at one point.
Yeah, how was that?
Some people love it, some people don't, and I fall in the people who don't.
Okay.
But it's like I see the appeal, but it's just not for me. Although there were fun moments, like it's quite fast paced. But yeah, I tried Naraka Blade Point. What else did I try? I tried PoE and it stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then being stuck on PoE led to Diablo.
What's on your Steam like?
My library?
Yeah, on your library, because I do have a whole list of games that I really played this year, right? No, not here. So it's like here. You go towards your profile. Excuse me. Why don't you have recently played? Oh yeah, here you go.
Okay, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, Path of Exile, 399.5 hours.
Dude, that's a lot of hours.
Yeah,
man.
bro. More hours than Call of Duty.
Damn, man.
Call of Duty 274.4. Elden Ring 173. Oh, I went back into New World at one point.
Oh yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, not the most
No.
memorable game in the world. I completely forgot about it until I saw it. Cyberpunk. You know, as bad as Cyberpunk was at launch, is more memorable than Hogwarts Legacy.
I completely agree. I maybe because it's so bloody bad that everyone actually remembers that
the
it exists.
the negative is so memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this was last year, but this is probably one of the best games I've played with a
Monster
friend.
Hunter World. Yeah, you were hooked on that
Yeah,
game.
Monster
man.
Hunter World. I
With
played it
who
with
again?
Ramos.
Yeah, with Ramos.
Yeah, Red Dead Online. Remember Cycle, of course. See, this is experimental as well. I played NBA 2K22.
Oh, that's such a weird game for you to play.
I played NFL. Bro. And I enjoyed
Why?
it. I enjoyed it so much, I started watching American football for a little while.
God damn. Man.
That's
It's
how
like-
easily influenced I
Yeah.
am.
It's like
I like something, I shape my entire life around it. That's what I do.
That's actually pretty interesting. That's
Yeah,
actually
man.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't have a focused library at all.
I mean, that's how you play your games, right? You're one of those few people I know where you get so invested in the game and you don't finish it.
Yeah. Okay, here's another. If you look at your library,
Mm-hmm.
what's that one game that's completely out of character for you to play in your library?
I mean,
Well,
it's a bit-
recently played because your library is like
How many games do you have in your library?
not much.
Wait, go. Okay, no, there. It was there.
Okay, so I go to recently played, right?
Yeah.
And then at the top here,
Yeah,
is
it says here. How many games you have there?
39.
Dude, I got 252.
Yeah,
man.
you do. What are perfect games?
Oh.
Oh, achievements. Okay.
Yeah,
What's that one game that's completely out of character for you to play? It's not even NBA 2K for me.
3, 2, 1.
It's not even NBA 2K for me.
Do you have to go through all the games, man?
Just your recently played. I have no idea what
I
mine
don't
would
know
be.
why, but my recently play only shows 7 games.
7?
Mm.
Yeah, because that's one you recently played, probably. The game that would be completely out of character for
Wait,
me.
save it first. Save it first.
Oh yeah, I know. I got one. Yeah. Again, it's not that out of character, but it's difficult because I try everything. I'm not like a through and through FPS guy, you know.
I don't play games that is out of character for me.
Yeah, but
man.
what's the most out of character out of the ones that you played?
I got 252 games to go through. Hold on.
Okay, just limit it to the first 30 lah. Of the 30, what's the most out of character?
None.
They're all something you'd play?
Yeah. None.
Well, I have one. I can talk about it.
All these are good games.
Yeah, no, they're not bad games. Just like, games that are...
I have one.
So you found one?
I found one.
Okay.
One last bit.
This one?
Yeah.
Is that the NSFW one?
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I was asking, if you go through your Steam library right now, what's one game that's completely out of character for you to play?
So I mean, if you're looking at this now, it's probably going to be after a cut, but I took a while because I have like 252 games in my Steam
I have
library.
39.
You
go ahead. I know what you're going to talk about.
So one game that is really out of character for me is this NSFW game called Subverse, where I actually helped kickstart it.
Yeah.
Mainly because I was curious and
you helped kickstart it.
I helped kickstart it because
you crowdfunded it, right?
Yeah, I crowdfunded it. I think
Committed, man.
I think this was an episode I did with Jeff like a long time ago,
you did.
where I am very curious to see what a Kickstarter NSFW game would actually look like.
Yeah.
I have 117 minutes in it.
Wow.
Right. It's not a bad game. It's not a bad game. The NSFW stuff are actually quite interesting, I would say, but it is not something that I would play. I bought it and supported just.
It looked interesting.
Just out of pure curiosity, and I wanted to revolve an entire episode about it.
Sure.
Right.
You're just horny, bro.
Sure. Whatever you say. Yeah.
Which is completely not out of character.
Yeah, but looking at all the games that I have, that is one that really stands out because the games that I play are like city builders, FPS games, RPG games, narrative games. That one is the only one that stood out.
Right. Mine would be this game called Cloudpunk.
Is that the taxi one?
Yeah.
That's the one where you play as a taxi driver and then you could like send messages and shit.
Correct.
Okay.
And like deliver packages and shit.
Yeah.
And you could...
Why is that out of character for you?
Because it's not a AAA title.
Okay.
And I only play AAA titles.
Right.
It's also like deliver packages and all that. It's just not enough action for me.
Right. Okay.
Like
because I
like Hideo Kojima game. What is it called? Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Yeah.
That's another.
Because I never see you as an indie game guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't usually dabble in indie games, but when I do, they're very, very enjoyable for me.
Okay.
But I don't go out of my way to dabble in indie games. But Cloudpunk came around the time where I really, really needed something like Cyberpunk because I had a taste of Cyberpunk and then it was shit.
Mm-hmm.
but I needed because like I said, I'm space obsessed.
Yeah.
And I'm future, like, you know, I really love all these future things, right? And I really wanted to live in a world like that virtually in a video game. And Cyberpunk just wasn't doing it for me back then. Then I found Cloudpunk. And it was actually pretty fun.
Okay.
Because
did you end up finishing the game?
No.
Okay, of course. Yeah, of course.
Come on.
Sure.
I don't know the ending of any game.
Okay, yeah. Besides Cyberpunk.
Besides Cyberpunk, yeah, because I read extensively, I didn't experience it.
Like the perfect game for him would be like PoE because PoE has no
Has no
ending.
end. Exactly.
Yeah, has no end. It's like an Ouroboros of like.
Which is why my game that withstand the test of time is what it is. We haven't mentioned it yet, but you know what it is.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why EAFC is a thing for me, because there's no end. Right? Like,
fair enough.
Yeah, I can stop whenever I want. But Cloudpunk was fun for me because number one, it had flying cars. Cyberpunk doesn't have flying cars.
Yeah.
And the way that they did the quests were pretty interesting. And then like halfway through sending a package, you could be finding yourself in a predicament where you need to either escape thugs or go through a portal. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good time waster.
The other game that I really, really liked this year, it's an indie game called Dave the Diver.
Oh yeah, you really love that game.
Dude, I feel like when it comes to gaming, there's like I stand on two really, really different spectrum.
Okay, what are they?
The lo-fi spectrum is that cozy gamer feel or like cozy dad vibes or what I would call myself,
like
right?
Rainy evening vibes?
Yeah, it's like a rainy evening vibes where you just put like your AC on 16 and then it's like cool, you turn off all your lights and you
know
just
that
jump
TikTok
into-
sound that goes like
Oh yeah. I don't know why.
So it's
immediately when you did, no. I immediately know what the hell you're talking about.
So it's like the hodo is like Apex.
Yeah.
And then the other one is like Dave the Diver.
Yeah. I'm just chilling, right? That's like the perfect song for me, dude.
Exactly.
It's like the perfect song for me, dude. It's like Apex, intense,
the duality
intense
of
COD,
man.
intense FPS, and then like Chivalry too, where I have to like go head on slashing people's head. And then there's me playing games like Dredge, Marvel Snap, and then there's like Dave the Diver, and then like Age of Wonders 4, for example.
On two extremes,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
You're just on two
It is.
extremes. There's no middle ground for you. It's either you go way like super extreme.
I don't even know what a middle ground game for me is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Right.
I'm on two extremes.
Yeah, I'm on two extremes too. Yeah. Anyways, going back to Dave the Diver, it's a game that really caught me off guard because it came out of nowhere from this new Korean developer that no one has ever heard about, and then they came out with one of the best indie games of the year, I would say, because that game, I realized I like a lot of ocean playthrough. I like games with
ocean.
fast
So oceans for you is like space for me.
No, space for me is like space for you.
Okay, so you have an obsession with space.
Yeah.
But you also kind of have an obsession with
It's just
the
like
ocean.
The flavor profile that I have, I would say it's a bit more fast than you do because I like to dabble into like different things.
I don't know if that was offensive or not.
No.
I just have a better palate than you, bro. Yeah, I just like your taste is so monotone. No offense, but I like something else other than space, boy.
It's like I go to Baskin Robbins to have all 31 flavor, and you go there just because you have to.
Yeah, I just want to say you said Baskin Robbins.
Isn't it Baskin Robbins?
It's Baskin, but Baskin Robbins is like some guy who's busking.
that happens to be named Robbins.
Robbins, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Dave Diver, I really enjoyed the game a lot. Came out of left field.
Dave the Diver. It's such a cool game name. Dave the Diver.
And I would say Dave the Diver is one of the most charming and wholesome games I've played in a while. That is the game to unwind. Because all you do is you dive in the morning, you dive in the evening, and at night you manage the sushi restaurant. That's the whole principle of the game, right? If you take away
Kais pagi makan pagi, kais petang makan petang.
dapat rezeki.
Sure.
Okay.
Teach a man to fish. Give a man a fish. Something happens to him. Teach a man to fish. Something better happens to him. I don't know, man.
We're gonna take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're gonna be talking about segment 2. That's where a game that
shit,
actually
bro.
withstood the test of time. So be right back. 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. Segment 2.
Wait, where did the camera go?
Oh, there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was moving it. Different angles, man. Okay, segment 2 would be games that actually
Withstood the test of time.
withstood the test of time.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's I think I've said it enough times in this episode for someone to kind of decipher what it is. It's
Yeah.
GTA. It's GTA Online. That's the game I always go back to. Like
know-
GTA 5, I enjoyed, but GTA Online was a whole different experience.
But to
for
be
me.
fair, GTA 5 is like 10 years ago.
Yeah, man.
Like, what the fuck?
And that's what I'm saying. It withstood the test of time.
Yeah. There are still a lot of people playing GTA Online as well.
Yeah.
That is running on-
GTA 5 was ahead of its time. GTA Online was ahead of its time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, like, I don't play it at all now. The last time I truly touched it was during the pandemic itself, right?
yeah.
When we all had
You were flying jets with
Yeah.
Marcus.
we had nothing better to do. We legit had nothing
Yeah.
better to do, and that was like the best world to live in.
Yeah, man.
Right.
It was so much fun.
Because I was going through my list of games that I would say withstood the test of time, and I have none.
So it's always been something new.
It always has been something new because initially when we were discussing what games that we want to talk about, I thought of Apex.
Yeah.
And again, somewhere in segment 1, I did mention that I re-downloaded the game, I played it some more, and I just uninstalled it immediately because it just lost its
Yeah.
magic for me.
Yeah, my criteria for something like this is you have to have fun playing it alone, because sometimes
Yeah.
you wind down and your friends aren't online. You want to play something, right? So it's like that one game that you can spend time on while you're completely alone and still have fun. And there are still things that I haven't tried with GTA Online, like
what?
joining a RP community.
Oh yeah, those RP community looks really, really fun.
Yeah, they take the experience to the next level,
Yep.
right? Because you
Yep.
truly now live in that world.
One of my favorite RP ones that I've seen some Malaysian gamers play is like they RP as like Food Panda riders.
Yeah, bro.
That's so
There-
fucking
and then,
cool.
And then there's like a speeding Myvi.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man?
And then a guy with this police at the back.
Dude,
It's
that
it's
is cool.
Fun. Like I would literally join like an American server or like a Malaysian server. I just be in both.
Yeah, as long as it's an RP
Yeah.
version of
And I
GTA.
would be in like a Malaysian server and I'd be like super Malay.
How?
Like the way the character.
How?
Wey. Apa? Let lu.
So that's the character that you will roleplay.
Yeah, that's the character I would
Okay.
roleplay. Like it's completely out of character, but that's the character I would roleplay.
Okay.
Like I would get into
Okay.
the character.
Yeah, because on my end, I went through the list 3 times. There's none. No games that I would say actually withstood the test of time for me because GTA 5 is nice in that instance alone.
Right.
GTA Online was nice in that instance alone.
Right.
Apex was, dude, again, 1,000+ hours. I think that's the most highest amount of hours I've spent in any game.
Yeah.
Right. If you would say game that withstood the test of time until today, COD perhaps.
Yeah, but even then, like it's not something. It's not something that you would go back to unless there's a what do you call this? Like an addition.
I wouldn't even say an addition because fine, it's a great game.
Mm.
COD is a great game.
It is.
But and this is a big but. Nothing's changed.
That's true. That's true.
Nothing's changed.
That's true.
Right. And one of the reasons why we stopped playing what was it called? Warzone?
But I think that may be the reason why there's nothing that withstands the test of time for you. You need change.
Yeah, I need change. I need something.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the ADHD side of me,
Yeah,
perhaps, right?
Maybe because like GTA Online, to be honest, like nothing has changed, right? It's just different different heists that are added in.
different heists,
There's like a
a bit
rotation
of DLC.
yeah, and I guess for you, you need a fresh new take on something if something's gonna withstand the test of time.
Yeah, agreed.
If like GTA, sorry, if then again, like how can COD be any different without altering their entire identity? What would
They
what
can
would
bring back more
like a more
attractive
refined
DLC.
zombie mode?
Yeah,
'Cause
perhaps.
I think they have a zombie mode right now for Modern Warfare 3, but I haven't heard good things about it.
Yeah, I mean a lot of games tried to do zombie mode.
Yeah.
Even Apex did it.
Yeah.
When I re-downloaded Apex, it was during the Halloween event, and it was quite boring.
Yeah.
It was quite boring because it's something that we've played before 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
It's just like a rinse, repeat, and re-release. I would say.
yeah. You need something
yeah.
to
Even for
contain your attention.
one of the biggest reasons why we stopped playing Warzone is because we kept winning. I mean, I'm not trying to be a, I'm not trying to be a Lancy guy here.
Yeah.
Saying that we're good, but it was to the point that
Yeah,
we,
but it's true.
we kind of know where to hide,
Yeah.
or like where to run towards.
Yeah, so we're not saying we're the greatest Warzone players
Yeah.
to have ever lived, right? That's not what we're saying.
No.
But what we're saying is we've played it so much that we understood the concept of how to survive in that game to the point where it just repeat the same thing and you'll survive.
Yeah.
There is a formula to it, really.
Yep.
It's not luck.
Yep. You need to understand where the ring's closing.
Yeah.
You need to understand which part of the map.
Yeah.
Where is the most advantageous in the part of the map.
And
Maybe
honestly, the mentality of 90% of Warzone players you get into, they're all the same.
yeah.
Yes. Like it's the mentality of the opponents are all the same.
Once you're very, very familiar with your loadout, especially, you're like, oh, okay, I already mastered the recoil for this gun. I already mastered how to snipe an enemy. Maybe sometimes you're lucky enough you get a vehicle that is like bulletproof, for example.
Yeah.
It's like, you need to just follow these steps or this strategy and confirm you can have enough kills and win the game at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Remember the time I was a bushman and I was hiding in
Yeah,
the
your
bush?
skin was like a cheat, bro.
Yeah, dude. That was
That
fun.
skin was a cheat. That wasn't
It's
the Burger King
Wookiee
one?
No. It's not the. It's a standalone.
Oh, it's from
Wookiee
the store.
one. Yeah, it's from the store itself.
That's pay to win, man.
That is pay to win.
That
But
skin
then,
was pay to
dude,
win.
You don't hate to play. You hate the game for actually.
Yeah, but then Apex also had something like that.
Yeah.
The what's that? What's that character called?
Which one?
What's that
their
legend
powers?
called? She teleports.
Teleport girl.
Yeah, teleport girl. Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Long hair, black hair.
You're not
I mean,
helping.
Apex, man.
I-
Everybody's main. Literally every sweaty boy's main.
Oh, Wraith.
Yes,
Wraith.
Wraith.
Thanks. Every sweaty boy.
Like Wraith had a skin that was like marble, and then it was pay to win at one point because you couldn't hit shot her. The hitbox.
Oh,
didn't get to the
right.
hit.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was pay to
that's
win.
stupid,
Like
okay.
I think a lot of games
Yeah.
have made that mistake before. It's just a coding thing, I think, or like a developing. I don't know.
The
butchering it at this
last
point.
honorary game that I really want to put out here, it's like Marvel Snap. They just celebrated their 1 year's
new cards?
anniversary a couple of weeks ago.
Nice cards.
I mean, I just found out that there are a lot of fucking characters in Marvel.
Yeah, man.
From X-Men to
Yeah.
like the Avengers to like
There's so many.
the Marvel Dark, which is all the
Yeah.
the wizards.
it's
dude,
like
there's so
If they
there's-
had all that in MCU, we'd have Marvel movies until 3028.
until your grandchildren come out and
My
and
great
there's-
grandchildren.
there will still be new Marvel
Yeah.
characters. Marvel Snap is one of those games that is so casual and unintrusive to your daily life that
Yeah.
I can just play, and I still do. I log on. Sometimes I play like 3 games,
Yeah.
and the game
And you
is
can
like,
play it while in a business course too, right?
and when I'm taking a shit, and it's not intensive. That's why I love about it, right? Marvel Snap can easily be my mobile game of the year, and no, I
Right.
did not play it during a business course. Don't kill me, fuck you.
That's gonna be removed.
So, yeah.
Mobile games is another thing we never actually really talk about. but we're not gonna talk about this episode because like we need to close this up.
Yeah.
But like mobile games, that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah. We can bring back the folks from Mason Games to talk about mobile games.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
that'd be
really like
that'd
to.
be interesting.
Yeah.
But like I want to bring them back, but not talk about their games.
Yeah.
Like how we talk about PC console video games. Like we talk to them about like mobile games, just the larger universe of
yeah,
mobile
like the
games.
bigger picture of it,
Yeah.
right? But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all the time we have for you guys today. We have been your video game best friends. I'm Kelvin Tay.
And I'm Afiq.
And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.